Peace Burning Blood video. My name is Silvokiji, and this is the Zone Gaming Go. So today I'm here at Rohawk as we're reintroducing a series that was last updated 3 years ago. Oh, I'm sorry, I'll let you do that. 3 years ago, called Meta News. Now, Meta News is when we basically kind of keep people in the loop of exactly what's going on in the community for One Piece Burning Blood, and it has been neglected for 3 years. The last update for this video was in 2021. At the start of season 5, and so we were trying to figure out exactly what season that we were on. We decided to do it by years, so we are on season 9 at the moment, right? That's why I named the video season 9. And that's what we're going to be going with. Now, as tradition of our start of season 4 and 5, we will be discussing the supports that we're expecting that's going to be happening. So there is going to be a tournament and a team event happening soon. This event is hosted by Wolf, who is a member of the community. You can check him out on Discord, and eventually I'm pretty sure you can join his Discord as well for his casting of the tournament. There's a lot of people participating, a lot of old players participating, and there's basically a lot going on. I can't tell you exactly when this tournament is going to start, but we will keep you updated to exactly when the team event and the tournament will begin. I will be commentating through that event, and I don't know if Rohawk might. It depends on situations. At this moment, it fluctuates. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
But we have started a new series called 1v1 Me Bro to keep you updated with those competitions. We put people in a 1v1 situation. Like, imagine if you're playing teams and all of a sudden, bam, you got your last character. That's basically what we're doing. We're doing it for fun. We're doing it to keep it alive. I don't know how many episodes we're going to have before we get done with it. There's a couple of casuals happening as well. We'll try our best to keep track of seasons. But the reason that we're here to talk about the supports that are probably going to be used in Season 9 of One Piece Burning Blood. If you know anything about this game, you know that it constantly fluctuates. Even though something like, let's say, Whitebeard and Marco Pig is happening in 1 year, it might not be the same in the next one. It all fluctuates. Garp was super predominant, and dominant in like the first beginning of us starting the series, and then as time went by, it just kind of like, you know, I mean, he didn't fall off completely, but you know, he's less and less apparent. But we're here to talk about supports. Supports have been a big thing in Burning Blood, showed up a lot. A lot of top players don't necessarily use them because they have 9K teams, but support have been an extreme force for players like Kenna, myself, Larez, Rohawk, and Alex, especially people who use this. It's a constant formula: 3K, 2,500, 2,000. So me and Rohawk are basically going to talk about what support that we're expecting season 9 and expecting in the tournament, which is going to be happening soon, as well as team-based battle. Now, I'm more into the community than Rohawk is, so I can give you more input, but I will be asking Rohawk on his opinions and also of his prior knowledge from the rest of the seasons, because he was there at the beginning too, everybody. We both started this at the same time. So, Rohawk, if you want to go ahead on the top of your head, what do you think is going to be one of the main supports that will be utilized in Season 9?
Personally speaking, like, I would have to say, maybe like Johnny and Ahsoka. You know, kind of like that free pack buff, you know, permanent. Can't really get rid of it. Kind of very cheap as well. Especially when you have like 2-3K characters and one that has like 2,500 sort of deal, right?
Yeah, Johnny Ahsoka has been a why we call him Johnny Ahsoka, not Ahsoka and Johnny. I know we always done that, but this support has been such a big thing since the beginning of their events. Like, I don't think there's been a single tournament or event which these two characters or this character never showed up. But just like Rohawk said, 500 points, +1, it's not temporary, it's permanent. What can go wrong? You're getting that extra 10% of power from the Johnny Ahsoka, and it's a very dominant support pick, especially for characters like Perona, for people like Gecko, people that are characters that don't really do a lot of damage. You commonly will see this type of support on Tessero teams, as well as teams regarding Ace, just for that extra damage off the Flame Fist. It just keeps it up. This is probably the most common +1 or attack buff you're going to see.
Another nice thing about it is that it automatically activates the whole time, so you don't really have to worry about checking your supports and see if it's on cooldown or activating it or any of that matter.
Now, to kind of demonstrate what like further what Roger was talking about, is that since Johnny and Yosaka is activated at the very beginning compared to some other ones, I'm going to go through 2 more common attack buffs that you may see. And these are kind of not they're not common. I mean, they're not, I don't know how to say it. They're not rare, but you're most likely going to see them.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so for a lot of non-3K teams, you will probably see Kyros. That is probably that's the support that we primarily see on built-up teams, and this is more of a niche pick. You get +2 attack for every time when your character dies. And then another attack buff character that you'll probably see is Rouge. This is another one that kind of supports 2,000 point characters and giving him +2 attack but -1 defense. Now, Kyros is less likely to show up, if I'm being honest. But Kyros actually has been, how can I say this? Like around season 4 and 5, he was kind of showing up, and then he kind of been there every single event. He's just not as common as Johnny and Yosaka.
Yeah. Probably, yeah, because you have to let 2 of your characters to die. The issue, another thing, is that you probably won't be able to get the power buff that comes with it if you die too quickly, honestly. Which can happen in this game, of course.
Yeah.
But because it has a cooldown of how many seconds? You probably already
10.
know? 10 seconds?
10? Yeah, I think 10. Damn. I don't know. It might be 10. I wrote it down somewhere. There's a whole so y'all, there's a whole support guide for all 3 of these characters, I believe, on my channel. So it talks about each one of them in detail, and also support detail, or not support details, but team compositions that kind of go along with them. But it does have the counts for Kyros. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I've never heard his name said, to be honest. Is it Kyros or Kairos?
I call him Kairos.
Kairos? Okay, well, yeah.
Okay,
Kairos. Is that in the dub translation? Have you heard his name before?
I was heard in the Japanese version, to be fair with you.
And it was Kairos? Okay. Well, Kairos.
Well, to be fair, I don't remember. But I call him Kairos, though.
Okay. Well, these are up to interpretation because, some of these people get saved like 3 or 4 different ways, so... But yeah, so these are some main ones that we probably are going to see in the upcoming team competition, as well as the tournament happening that's hosted by Wolf. Now, support in tournaments or special events aren't normally experimented with. So if we see a very rare pick, we're going to call it out.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
We're going to call it out straight up. And
I want to
go ahead.
Yeah. It used to be since the murder wasn't used, but that actually got more popular as it went along, honestly. Especially with certain characters,
you said who?
Sentomaru.
Oh, yes. You're talking about that guy. That's another common one. So Sento is probably going to be another character that you're definitely going to see in upcoming events and tournaments. This support increases the health of all your characters. We don't actually know the percentage. We estimate, let's say 25%. We give it a good 25%, but we can't really test it out. But Sento is another common one that you're going to see on teams that consist of 1-2K character. Or you hardly ever see the support used by itself, but it's used a lot of times by people who use 2Ks. This is just going to pop out. Now, in terms of being utilized, Sento increases your health, giving you access and the ability to not get 100%. Now, it doesn't work on everything.
Yeah.
It doesn't save you from everything, but it will prevent common 100% combos from actually being occurred on you. Now,
it gives you 25% more HP.
Yeah. And so, supports that are usually common with Sento, that we're just going to go ahead and just call them out. There's top 3. So, Beepo, Okay, Killer and Kobe.
Yeah.
Kobe has actually kind of fallen off a little bit. We don't see Kobe as much anymore. But Killer and Beepo are still really common threats that we kind of see constantly. I don't think Beepo's ever going to fall off. I'm just going to be honest.
Beepo and Killer basically give you like a free uni assist and uni chain.
Yeah,
it's pretty nice.
I don't think they're ever going to really fall off at all. Especially Beepo, because a uni assist costs 3 bars.
But yeah, you're right. Kobe did fall off. He used to be more popular. He used to be like with Kobe and some other character like Elder Neon and who was the other one?
You're talking about Neon and not Lola. Where is he? Where am I? I don't remember who it is.
I don't know which one it was, but there was one that Bonnie, yes.
Bonnie, yep. Bonnie's rare.
Yeah.
Bonnie and Neon were kind of rare.
Yeah, it's pretty rare. No one really uses them all together, honestly, either.
Yeah, it might be like something that's happening little by little. Yeah. Now, like we said, these 3 support are supports you're probably going to see quite a bit in the tournament. And in terms of +1 attack, you're most likely going to see Yusaki and Johnny. But supports in One Piece Burning Blood metas are very fluctuating, so you might see a lot of different ones. So I kind of want to go in and talk about the niche One Piece Burning Blood support picks that you're probably going to see, because we're looking forward to a lot of the fights actually coming out. So one of them that I definitely know that we're going to see, well, it depends on what goes on in the Discord, you know, because they're in the midst of seeing if they're actually going to ban this or not in the tournament. Is GARP support.
GARP support. Huh?
Yes, it's a thing. I don't want to talk about it. It's a thing. There's a vote right now going on, or not going on now. I think it's over. I don't know what the verdict was. I have not asked yet, but we're going to assume it was not banned, and talk about the support anyway. So GARP support gives you 2 activations, and this disables ability from Delphi characters and gives them a -2 attack and a -2 defense. This support is primarily used to cancel the effects off Logia characters, so characters without hockey are able to actually hit them a lot easier. I will say right now, from playing Burning Blood, because this might not be true for people who are just started, it may seem impossible for you to go up against a Logia character without hockey, but it is not impossible. There is a lot of tools you can use, and so don't be thinking just because your opponent can press a special ability button and go through your moves that you can't win.
That and all you really got to do is the last 10 seconds, honestly.
Yeah. So,
but do keep in mind, your ability bar will be at 0. So when you get it back, so you gotta be very careful when it ends, honestly.
So that's a support that I know it's not that common. I'm surprised, actually, that it's not that common.
Yeah, especially when it can shut down all 3 of the Devil Fruit users, honestly.
And it's funny because I don't, in terms of tournaments, I don't think, quote me if I'm wrong, Roha, but I don't think I used this in tournaments myself.
No.
I don't think I've used this one, but
I did use it in the 1v1 we did before, and it's quite effective, honestly.
Yes, he did use it in the 1v1 against Dofi Duel when he was playing Caesar Clown, and it was horrible. I had to counter with another support.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
But
which is not used often.
Yeah, not used at all. Yes, we're not even going to talk about her because she's actually she's in the same category as Kinemon, or whatever you say his name is, in terms of not used. You know how you have Pokemon and you have rarely used? She's a rarely used support.
Yeah. But, so
go ahead.
So honestly, another support I would think that might come up would probably be Goldie Rogers, honestly, right? Get like a Burning Gauge, or even Dragon if you really wanted to, you know, take the chance to take damage to get his Burning Blood, because you can actually get, I think, at least 3, right? No, 2. You can get 2 charges, actually. So that way, Whenever your character gets just like 30% health, you can gain like full burning gauge or something like that, right?
Yeah. The big difference between Dragon and Roger, like Roger said, damn, I forgot your name. It's just so weird. Like you said, is that Dragon has 2 charges, and this is a passive activation. But the thing about it is that for Roger, he actually gets his full burning gauge at the very beginning of the game. Now, this is the trade-off. Dragon may be able to get 2 charges, but it's not immediate, and you're never going to get it if you're not able to drop your opponent below 30%. So it's one of those things where it's like, do you feel... It's very hard to pick. Because if you're doing a lot of damage and to your opponent, like get that 100% off, yeah, you're going to get it. But if you're in one of those stalemate matches at the beginning, which you can never actually predict, or if you're in like a ranged combat scenario, then Goldie Roger will probably be the character that's going to work for you. But it's all a chance there. It's very difficult to kind of pick which one is better and which one do you actually need this situation. I will say for either one, you're getting a full bar of burning gauge. You can pop Awakening at the very beginning of the match. Whitebeard, Boa, Gear 4 Luffy, even Luffy 3K can all ult combo with Roger in the back. I will also mention that if you have Beepo and if you have Killer, Beepo and Killer will take priority over the use of your burning gauge. So if you have Roger and Beepo or Roger and Killer or whatever like that, they will be used first before your burning gauge is actually used up. But I personally have seen Roger on very few teams, but he is used, and usually I will see Dragon, and this is weird. I've seen the only really teams that come to mind is I remember what's his name? Mario used Dragon, and I forgot somebody else used Dragon in Frankie teams.
Mm-hmm.
I've only ever seen Dragon in a Frankie team.
Well, I don't know if there was one in a nail. That's also a possibility, but I highly doubt it. Actually, I don't think there was one.
Yeah, but in the way this is going, the way the talks are going in the Discord and supports, I feel that we will definitely see Gold Roger and Dragon in some shape or form. If it's not twice, it might be just once. But those 2 supports seem like they're going to be a big deal. Mm-hmm. Now, we have overcome our time. We need to wrap this up. This whole video, like I said before, was about looking at common supports and a couple of rare ones that might be occurring in Season 9 of One Piece Burning Blood. So I hope that in the future, when you check out this team event and this tournament, that you can kind of match what we're talking about what's going on. We're not going to say we're 100% right, but chances are chances.
Mm-hmm. We could be surprised. This happened before, and it's probably going to happen this time too, so...
Actually, last time we did this, if I'm not mistaken, and we predicted a certain supports to be used that are very, very rare, all its predictions were correct.
Hmm? Oh, really?
All the predictions are 100% correct. Because I remember one video was saying, oh yeah, someone's definitely going to use Lafetti.
Lafetti? Yeah, that
it was me.
Yeah, you would. Because you were the only one that would do it. Actually, now think about it.
But okay, guys. Until next time, and as always, enjoy playing One Piece Burning Blood.
Bye.